recently find out that I possibly have something called Lyme disease. It has literally drove me absolutely insane.
Not date to be like a friend with extras. That can happen. Yeah, he's all about that stuff.
I'll put it in my terms. Like talking is like
turn.
you're not dating. Like you just met the person. Like we're talking. Like that type of shit.
okay.
But it's more intimate, I would say. And then like actually dating him is like
we've
you're
like
dating him,
at
like,
least
we
hung
fucking-
out.
we-
Like dating, like I truly believe like if you aren't happy with yourself, you will never be happy with anybody. Like no outside source, not one person or thing will make you happy if you don't accept you for who you are.
Welcome everybody. Welcome to the Unbiased Dating Podcast. This one, it's gonna be, I guess, juicy up to the point as we will go back in time to high school because I believe certain things we see and we don't see that hurt us in the long run.
Hurt us.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
Experiences. It's experience.
Oh.
That's what it is.
All right. So I'm Jay. I'm your co-host, and we have my co-host Brian.
Hola.
And I'm back.
Jeff, welcome back. Woo! And we have Tracy here. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. My name's Tracy. And I know Jay from high school, so
Deep.
Whoa.
that's why we're going
Goes with the theme.
down the high school path.
Yeah. High school was, I would say, for me, was interesting because obviously I have a stutter. So, you know, people are like, oh, da, da, da. And it's like, cool. And, like, it's weird because I don't speak to those people anymore. Or if I do, I'm super, like, kind to, oh, my gosh, how are you? Oh, I haven't seen you. And, you know, I'm black, so,
And
you know.
they're probably doing shitty, huh?
Ish. I'll say ish. But here's the thing that I'm not like, oh, I'm a better person than them. That I don't got time for that.
Right.
Because with that, they are going to be in my head.
What goes around comes around.
Yes.
Did we all go to high school? First and foremost?
Yeah,
Like-
I did.
I just got out.
Sheesh.
Oh.
Yeah, like two years ago.
Well, I'm
Okay,
sure it
so
was
you
like
go.
2 years,
well,
that's
that's
it?
interesting. 'cause
Last year was my 20-year reunion.
Oh shit.
it was probably way different. than like
Not really. I don't really talk to anybody from high school.
Well, so
well,
here's the
just
thing.
in general, I guess, like how our experiences with high school was, because we didn't. I think MySpace came out
Oh, yeah? See?
towards
It was
like
huge.
the end of high school. I remember, and so we didn't have like social media. We didn't have, I guess, all these other platforms that I feel I've always made comments that probably would have been more challenging during this having all that like in high school, even being a female, because a lot of the things you are always like comparing yourself to other, like you weren't doing it as much because you didn't have as
It wasn't
access
present. Yeah,
to
you didn't have access to
so
everybody
much
in the whole world.
information. So I'd be curious to know if like how like someone, I guess, that had access to
I mean,
all that.
Like, you could tell like girls are insecure for sure. Like girls my age are very insecure. But when it comes to me, I don't really give a fuck. Like I don't really go on social media. I just be doing me.
That's good. That's
And
nice.
even when it comes to like people that I know from high school, it's just like I have them on social media, but there's no contact. There's just that you view them basically, and that's more kind of like what it is.
Because they
Their
only
platform.
post the good stuff.
Yeah.
Like
That is
it's
so
how I described it to some of my exes and
Exes, plural.
yeah.
Or like catfish.
that I
Talk
tried
about
that I was
that.
like, let's get off social media. It's horrible. It's not real life. Social media is not real life. It's all the good stuff that people want to show.
Yeah.
That's not what life is, though.
It's like going back to the topic of just being in high school in general and what all of our experiences were like. I know we shared a little bit like some of the stuff that we were going through.
Yeah.
Did you guys have good high school experiences?
Oh yeah.
Me,
Yeah,
but not so much. But
Yes and no. I had a lot of positive things that came out of high school, but I also like some of the hardest times through high school.
But like I would say for you, so in school you have certain people who are higher up, like who are in sports and all that kind of stuff. They're like, oh my gosh, they're so awesome. So I remember, yeah, you were up there, right?
Yeah, I mean,
So
An athlete.
Yeah, athlete.
I
over
think
there.
because I know because I am tall. I am 5'11", and growing up, I was always like
She's tall.
Mm.
I was like
the
okay.
tallest, like always, like just very taller than everybody, like
For sure.
everybody. So even I think I was like 5'8" when I was in 8th grade, like even before I went into high
Sprouted
school.
over you, Jeff.
Shit.
So I was actually really grateful because I was athletic, and I kind of used sports as like my outlet to be like comfortable with being so tall, because I personally, everyone was like, you're so, I was kind of shy too. Like I was really quiet, but I stood out so much. Like it was just hard not to. Like in any way, shape, or form, like someone would make some sort of comment to me just because, even it still happens now. Like I've just at 35 years old, I've just gotten way more comfortable with it, but it's such a conversation starter, or like something for people to bring up the fact that you're tall. And so sports was like my way of like being comfortable with it, and I was good. Like I was athletic, and I'm like, and even like no matter what it was that I was playing, I just wanted to go play sports, because that was how. And then I had like different groups of friends, like my sports friends and like friends that I had outside of sports. I would say I had like an array of like groups of friends, but
An eclectic mix.
yeah, and
Same.
but the ones closest like to my heart, like my dear, like was with sports, because that like was the closest thing I could relate to somebody with, like how much like it controlled my life. Every weekend, everything from the age of 8 until I was to like graduated college, until I was 21 years old, I played sports, softball. Like that's what I missed out on all the like all the dances. Like there was such a huge like sacrifice that I had to make, like and my family, like my parents like going to my games and whatnot. So, you know, like sports, that was like a heavy role for me in high school. Like if I ever talk about high school, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
like that's all, like I did other things.
It was
and
just softball, or
yeah, I played volleyball as well, competitively. I mean, I played all the sports, but I had to choose like one specifically, because I didn't have enough time like to do both, or to play different sports. But I will tell you, like with the things I experienced, like being done with softball, like once it ended, like it probably helped me like in so many other ways in my life that I can't even explain. Like all these things I learned in sports, like you could take into like an outside life and into your life, and how you like approach things, and it's great. Like it's wild, and because I started struggling like after I was done, because this was my purpose. Basically my purpose was playing this sport. But anyways, going back again to high school, like that's what if you want to talk about high school.
What's up, Brad? Speak your mind.
is she the female version of me?
Did you
Why?
play
Seriously.
sports
As in
baseball.
Okay.
I played baseball for 17 years. It was going to be my career.
So what happened?
My body didn't agree.
Oh.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have.
Did you get hurt?
I have shoulder issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're looking small. So
Shut up.
Shut
up. I was 20 years old throwing 95. Fool.
That's cute. Look at Jeff. Yeah, how about you?
No, but I was in band. I was getting busy with that trumpet.
Damn.
And you, Brian, you peaked in high school?
Absolutely not.
Oh.
I haven't hit my peak yet.
That's what I've been saying.
Exactly.
That's what I've been
I haven't hit
saying.
my peak yet.
No,
But
in
hey,
sports. In sports.
but high school was
No, in general.
High school was amazing. I loved high school.
He peaked.
I hardly went, but I went hard when I went.
I went hard. I went high.
He's like, I only showed up to do the test, and then I passed the class.
Yep, exactly. That's basically what I did. I started my junior year still needing freshman credits.
Started my senior year still needing freshman credits and
Yeah.
shit. I barely graduated. I only graduated because of band. I took like 3 band classes in my senior year, and they all counted as like elective credits.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool.
And all I did was smoke weed.
Yeah.
I never played my instrument once, so there's that.
Well, you already knew how, so right.
So I like you. I had an eclectic group of friends. I was in basically every different group, stoners, jocks, metalhead, like everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, I was always like, Tracy will be down. Like, I was just like,
I spread myself very thin. I was varsity baseball, varsity golf, varsity wrestling.
Oh wow.
Wrestling.
Yeah.
Peaked.
Yeah. That's not even
sport wise.
Mate, man. No. College was definitely.
You went
the
to
peak.
college?
Yeah.
Shit.
2 years. I did 2 years.
I did like a few classes. I said, what am I doing?
Again, I would have probably not have gone to a 4-year if it wasn't for softball.
4 years.
Yeah.
Damn.
That was the only way.
Smart over here.
No, I had to retake classes my senior year. I had to do a lot to because as an athlete, that was one thing too. At Paloma I think I was like maybe one of two that started to like come out of high school going into college for sport, and I didn't know I wasn't taking all the right classes. Like I knew nothing. My parents knew nothing. Like I wasn't prepared.
Your guidance counselor didn't give
no,
you a
not
roadmap?
until because that wasn't really my goal. Right. And then by I think my sophomore year, I started getting letters from colleges. Like they were sending me letters, and my parents were like, "Oh my gosh, like we have to like try to do this. Like if you can go to college on like this sport, like we have to try to do this." And so our minds shift changed, but it was a lot. Like my guidance counselor, like all those things, they weren't preparing the students right for student athletes. And that I think Paloma, after my experience, they started to like, if you wanted to actually go to college on a sport, like make sure you're taking the right classes or you're doing the right things to be prepared on that side of things, like on the school side of it.
Part of that is knowing what you want to do, though.
Yeah.
And nobody knows. At 18, 19, 20... I didn't know.
I think we're still trying to figure it out.
Yeah, even at like 30, I was still like, what do I want to do when I grow up?
It's so true. It's very true. Like, you don't know. Yeah, I was like, what? I was very also kind of being a little stuck. Like, I'm like, what? Like, whatever. Like, F it kind of thing. Like, if I go, I go, but whatever. Like, but my attitude also, I think, helped me on the field. Because if I didn't care, like, tremendously, where I was putting all this pressure on myself, that I would just go out and like play really well. But then I come back home and like on the school side of things, it was more of a struggle.
What position did you play?
I played shortstop and third base.
Yeah. Hot corner.
Well, I was always short until college. My junior year, they moved me to third, but I got recruited like as a shortstop.
I mean, in my opinion, that's a compliment.
Yeah,
you move from anywhere to third. Third is.
Yeah, it's hard.
Anyways, Jay, I feel like I was cutting you off. You were wanting to say something.
I don't care. I forgot what I was going to say.
I think he wants to move past high school.
Did you peak in high school or bottom of the barrel?
All right. So for me, I was in sports, but not actually in sports on a team. I could play all the sports on point: track, field, basketball, volleyball, hit balls.
Yeah, I
whatever.
remember you always being like athlete. You were always out there,
like
I was playing the
always
sports.
out there. But here's the thing: not on a team, because how broke we were. It cost cash to get, shoes, cleats. You have to have the shirt each year. You have to have certain things. I'm like, bro, nah. So for me, I would say it's a bit cheaper is to hop on something like as in extreme sports. I was in that scooter. Nah, that's sketch. You have to be really on point with how stuff work. All that stuff, because it's a small. It's a whole thing. So I would say in high school I was on a board and on the bike, right? Because it was cheaper than doing ball, right? Because of course, and then
baseball's expensive.
Yeah,
football's expensive.
Yeah, that's
nah.
I rode BMX. I didn't know you rode BMX.
Years.
Like
this
dirt?
is how I have my scar on my face, because I ate crap hard onto my face without a helmet or nothing, and I'm like, bruh, why am I in this?
Yeah, I never wore a helmet.
Yeah, that's so cool. And
my
not really.
My Specialized was like 40 pounds.
Oh, oh yeah. Oh, okay.
Did
yeah,
you
going
did
way
you do
back.
like dirt jumps or
All the above?
street, like
Vert,
park,
street,
really?
park, dirt. I was okay, but then if you see the things they're doing now,
Oh yeah,
I'm like,
it's crazy.
oh, but that's awesome for them. So for me, yeah, in school I was, I was all around. Hence why in school I didn't. I would say go out and be with a girl. Like I wouldn't date anything, all because of where I lived. I was broke, and we lived in a shed. And it's like, oh hey girl, you wanna come home to my shed, bro? That's sketch, So,
hey, if she's a real one, she'll be with
She'll
you
go
while
anywhere.
you got a bus
Yeah.
pass and live in a shed.
bro, no,
But they ain't real in high school, so
so
most. I mean,
Some.
some. I should say some.
Cool.
So what about you? Did you
Oh,
peak in high school?
No, honestly, peak. Nah,
Are you
Nah.
out of high
I knew
school?
I knew
Oh, yeah.
everybody. I knew everybody in high school. I knew all the athletes.
You were just friends. With
Nobody even knew I
everybody.
was in band too. Like when I would say I was in band, people were like, "You're not in band." My teachers would even tell me. Yeah.
The band picture,
That's
you're all
cool,
like
though. I don't know. That's cool.
In the band picture,
hiding
I'm all
behind
like,
Bernice.
Everybody, every group has like those stereotypes.
Yeah.
Of how like because I would get that a lot too. It was like, you don't look like a softball player, or because softball
Thanks.
players are like,
Big girls.
yeah,
Thunder-
and
thunder thighs.
all
not even the
time.
band kids thought I was band kids.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Swear. Like you're still in band.
I get it. Like people are surprised by.
I don't know how I did it. I was in band all 4 years of high school and shit. I don't.
Never played an instrument.
I hardly played.
Smoked weed.
I got A's through all my classes for band at least. But yeah, I don't know. Shout out to Mr. Donahue.
what's up, Mr. Donahue? I know
Oh,
who
wait.
you are.
No, Mr. Don. Wait, where did you go to high school?
I went to high school I went to Lakeside, and then I went to Paloma, and then I went to Temescal.
Why'd you go to 3 different high
Bro.
schools?
I just moved around a lot when I was younger.
I don't know. Mr. Donahue sounds familiar.
It actually
That
does.
name
It
sounds
does.
Familiar.
I think every high school has a Mr.
Right.
Donahue.
Anyways,
Hey.
It does sound
That's
familiar.
cool.
I went to 4 different high schools, and it sounds familiar too. So
so you just graduated. You said.
Yeah, I
What
just
are you doing
graduated year
now?
2022. No, I'm not going to
Going to
college.
school or anything.
Why not? It's
Okay.
so cool, and it's like, hey,
That's like one thing where it's like I
You
see
can
my
learn, like, so
I see my
much
peers
without-
like
yeah.
they go to school and I'm like, oh, I think I'm missing out, but it's just like, what are they really doing? They're
No.
partying,
Yeah.
they're
seen out on debt.
smoking. Like I'm.
Well, I feel like you can learn so much more. Like you don't. I don't know. With
It's just the degree that
access
matters.
Of information we have. Yeah, it's just this piece of paper that says that you have.
Yeah,
this
that's all-
degree
that's all
that
it
helps
is.
you
And that's
qualify
just
for
money.
certain things. But I've met so many like people that are more intelligent in other ways that they don't have this like, oh, because I went to college or I went to school. Like they can learn so
Yeah.
much like other ways.
I didn't get a degree.
That's yeah. Like
That's
I
fine.
did,
know.
but I was very like I think back all the time, and I'm like, I don't know how I survived. I really don't know how I survived college.
So,
like,
how has school helped you out? As in, okay, let's just say, has it opened up certain things to make you more money?
oh, 1,000%.
Because
I would
for some
say
people
like
who are
just
school
for
are
me.
broke.
And for me, my personal experience and how my life has gone, like it's helped. It is kind of that feeling of stability, in the way that I've tried to, even with money, like they're just tools. Like we all have like kind of like a tool bucket, and
Yeah.
you can even money is like a tool for you to use to help you, like, but it's not the end all be all to things, or I know they make that you can't buy happiness or whatever it may be, but
You actually can.
money helps tremendously.
Options.
Hey,
It's,
gives you
it's
options.
security, it's stability, but I at least again with the experience and I've been through. There's times in my life where I've had way more money than I do now, and I was not happy at all, like in so many ways, and like I probably like. For me, I've been at my rock bottom in, again, so many areas of my life, but I'm much more like fulfilled internally, like spiritually, emotionally. Like it's weird. Like it's so weird. And I know a lot of people they can experience that, like when you've had like a good amount of money and whatever it may be. but it has helped, like, where I've been able to step away and take time for myself personally that I need to get better and know that I have the security when I'm ready to, like, go back into a job, because I do have a decent enough resume now, like, where I've had decent jobs and I've been able to build that up. Like, it's helped, like, in that sense. But again, there's so many, it's just, I feel like it's just how you perceive it, how your mindset is on it. Like, because there's so many ways that you can make money now, or it's not just this one. Like, when I started with work, it was so popular for people to be with jobs like 30 plus years, or like a lot of people I met, they're like, I've been here for, and I'm like, wow, that's a long time. I'm like, I don't know if I could work. I really, like, I couldn't.
Doing the same thing.
My
day
heart
in,
just
day
couldn't,
out.
like, sit with some, like, I don't know. It can change in the sense that you get promoted or you, like, move up. But I just didn't envision myself, like, being able to do that. And I like that it's kind of changed where now there's so many different ways that you can make money. So if you have a degree, it does help, but it's not like there's other things that you can do and make more money than other people than just by having this piece of paper that says I have a
100%.
degree.
What were you gonna say, Brian?
No, I agree completely. I'm actually sort of anti-college unless you know you want to be a doctor, you want to be a lawyer, you want to be something, you know, where you have to have that
Like,
that
more
that schooling.
specific.
Other than that, it's, in my opinion, it's a waste of money. You're putting yourself in debt before you even have, you know, before you're even working. I'm encouraging my kids to go into the trades, although my one daughter wants to be a vet, so obviously she would have to go to medical school. But yeah, I did my 2 years in college. I don't even remember which classes I passed and didn't pass. If I called for my transcript, I'm sure they'd be like, who are you? 20 years ago? You passed like 4 units, bro. And I've been able to, you know, I've been able to make a good living when I was working and made smart financial decisions.
Yeah, I mean,
that's the key.
it also, like, I don't know, because college was tough too. Like, it teaches you self-discipline, and, like, there's a lot that you can.
That's the one thing is it shows when you
As a
have
young
that degree,
adult.
it shows that you can start something and finish it, right?
Yeah.
To your potential employer. I can't say, I don't know how many applications were passed over of mine. I was in occupational health and safety, and so I was applying for, like, director of safety roles for construction companies and things. And their requirements were a bachelor's degree of some sort, bachelor of science, and I didn't have it. And so the only people I got interviews with were the ones who either had heard of me, you know, my reputation had preceded me, or, you know, people that were willing to that I had been able to sit face to face with and have a conversation with, because so they could see that I understand, you know, that I know what I'm talking about, and then they would, you know, they'd say, okay, we'll give you a shot or whatever. But I probably in the hundreds of applications were passed over just because I didn't qualify because I didn't have a degree.
Yeah, and I mean, it is, especially look on, like, there's so many people applying, like, it's you against 200-300 people. You're like, what sets?
Right.
Especially now with how, you know, COVID changed a lot of the ways that people work and how they work from home, or even interview. Like, I would want to show my face. I'm like, I have to, like, meet these people in person. Like, I want to shake their hand. I want to be able to be like, give them my resume and like, this is why you should, because this is all it is listed here. Like, these are my jobs, but it's me that you want, like, not what all of these things on my resume.
And it's hard to exude confidence over Zoom in an interview.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, how's it going? Handshake.
Naturally,
like, that was a limp noodle.
It's like no matter what on Zoom, you're gonna look like you're, like, squirming, like, you know, like uncomfortable and weird, you know, awkward.
Yeah, you do look like that.
Yeah, I do. That's standard. So
how about you over there, Jeff? Yeah, for college.
For college, shit, I'm not going to college, but I plan on doing something else. Like I do want to go into trades. I do want to maybe become an electrician, maybe become a pipe layer or something.
Yeah,
Like,
that's. I mean,
Um,
I think those
That was my
jobs
first
are.
profession.
So
brother.
like I think it was Jordan Peterson had like a video.
He's
on
smart as hell.
blue collar, or just in like men, and it just really like it's so true. Like our world was just like all the things that are built around us, and everything wouldn't be there if it wasn't for like those types of workers. And I've dated men that have worked in the fields, and it's like they just fucking work their ass off. Like they work a lot. I'm
That
always
right
like,
there.
I'm just very impressed. Yeah.
Well, that right there, yes, it's awesome, but okay, you have to look long term. You gotta say, awesome job.
But for you physically,
Yeah, they're like, oh, hey, husband, wife, I think you're there, but yes, you work a little long hours. Yes, you have to, and again, awesome. Thank you so much. But you have to kind of look long term to kind of see what you're doing. Of course, you know, I know people that have used that trade to do big thing.
like you can like
They
work
own their own.
yeah,
So now
to build up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I've been there, I've done the XYZ, and for how much they actually have to actually do now, it's a lot less, and they're making so much more, and now they're at home with their wife, their kids, they're doing, I'm like, all because you went up a notch.
Yeah, and I
I'm
would,
like, yes,
you know,
business.
I would say that's like anything, right? Like you have to. It's not an easy path, like to that level
it's
of
worth it, though.
success. So
Yeah.
whatever it is, like even in corporate job, like you have to. Everyone starts an entry level, and you know, I've heard that it's more challenging now to find good workers because they don't necessarily
gosh.
have that like you have
All
to
jobs.
understand like that's you work like it's not, so you're not going to just make it to that point without like putting in all the work and the effort first.
You got to sacrifice early on.
Yeah.
And take your lumps. It, you know, in the field they say shit rolls downhill. And it does. And you take it and you show up the next day with a smile on your face and ready to, you know, whatever it is you do it the best you can. And
that's
hopefully
like with
your
life,
goals
right?
hopefully your goals are to move up, right? Like to advance. Personally, like I've needed like a challenge, and I went through jobs like crazy until I found what it is I do, which then I found a purpose in, which
That's so huge.
like I felt like it may sound like, I don't know, hero whatever, like, but I felt
He's
like
a hero.
I felt like I had a
Superman.
chance to like save lives or at least help people in some way, right?
Safety.
And so that became my challenge and my fulfillment. But before that, the longest job I had was In-N-Out, and I worked there. I worked there for 5 years, but
That's a
and
tough
and,
job.
and and it was challenging. It kept me challenged. But like other than that, the jobs were like, it was like 1 year, 2 years. Like
Yeah.
as soon as I got it, I was bored as hell, and
Yeah.
I'd just be like, oh, I'm not coming to work today. I'm not coming back at all.
Like that. Well, here's the thing, Lee.
So that
I've seen at work. You have, you know, it's a job. You make money. Of course, you have those people who have to show up. You know,
and you don't date.
we'll hop into
At
that.
work.
A little bit. Yeah, that one's huge because that's
Segue.
a
No.
sketch right there. And then, you know, of course, you have certain people who are like, yes, I will. I want to do a lot more. I want to actually learn a lot more and move up and all that kind of stuff. And then you got some people who have been there for like 118 years, and they're like, hey, this is it. I'm like, bro, I know where it leads. Why would I go on that exact same path? I've been, you know, sat down and asked, and you know, they're like, okay, cool, awesome job. It makes X amount of dollars, but how do you want to live? you know, because how you were saying certain job, yeah, you make X amount of dollars, like, dang, you're making 6 figures, oh my gosh. But how's your spouse? How's your life? How are you doing internally?
Sacrifice that you could have given at an earlier age that you didn't know. Either way,
I wasn't spoke to.
Either way,
like
yeah.
They're like, hey,
a lot of people weren't.
And make money and pay bills. I'm
right.
Okay.
A lot of people weren't.
For how long?
A lot of people didn't understand. weren't shown the you know, the way, the path to
this is the
being
way.
successful or be whatever, being fulfilled, being happy.
You guys didn't get it?
No, okay. I don't know.
Star Wars.
You are my way.
I think something
Anyways.
that sorry.
No, but it's never too late to start over. You work your job, right? Obviously, you work your job, and then like this, like other things that you're interested in, that you're pursuing, you do those outside of your responsibilities, and that's sacrificing your free time, right? But in order to chase your dream or you know,
this
whatever.
This is my dream.
There you go.
To inspire people who have excuses that they can't talk to be on a podcast, or they're like, I look a certain way. Okay, cool. I'm too big. Okay.
There's someone for everybody. That I found that out.
No, I'm saying as in how they think.
Mm-hmm. No, I know.
Not for attitude.
Yeah. We're preaching.
Chase.
Can do.
Okay. So, why aren't you actively dating right now?
Gosh. So I literally the last like decade of my life have been struggling with
10 years.
It's been a long time.
Decade.
Decade.
Yeah, literally a decade. I'm still going through it, but I'm finally like coming to light like with a lot of things, but basically, like, I felt like something was making me sick. Like, I felt really off. Like, I felt like I kind of had the flu, like, on and off for, like, a really long time. And I was going to the doctors, like, many, many times over the years. Like, no one could tell me what was going on. Because during that time, I was also, like, working a lot. I was in a relationship. I was just not feeling well, so I was doing things that weren't helping me in the long run. Like I was just masking all this with outside things that just weren't helping me. So
that's mean. Sorry.
It's just kind of crazy. It's really crazy because like basically I had to like face like a lot of those things that I was doing, but I realized like I wasn't happy in my relationship. I wasn't happy in my job. I wasn't happy like with so many outside things that I know you can also internalize it and it can make you sick. So I feel like it was a combination of all these things like going on over the years. Fast forward 10 years later, I basically recently find out that I possibly have something called Lyme disease. And it has literally drove me absolutely insane for the last 10 years. It's attacked my nervous system. It's attacked my lymphatic system. It's completely turned my life around, and I have had zero energy to put towards a relationship. Because I'm just trying to survive. Like I'm literally have been in survival mode for, But what's been crazy is also during this time is I've become very, I like to say spiritual because I wasn't brought up in a very religious and or spiritual home. But when you are going through something where you basically need help from something more powerful than you, you start to learn and figure out like all these things. So the fact that I was sick and I kept going to the doctor and I kept telling them something's wrong and they're telling me like, you're fine.
You're
It's
good.
all like
Allegedly fine.
It was. I literally can go on for. I just recently have found out, and I'm on the path of like getting like more specific tests to like know for sure. Okay. But I've had like enough signs that I'm pretty sure like that's what this is.
You're pregnant?
No.
Oh.
No.
Sorry.
She has Lyme
That I
disease.
have Lyme
Come on, guys.
Oh my
That I
god.
just
Oh, you went left
sick.
field.
Yeah.
Jay, you don't know what Lyme
That's
disease was?
just my that's
I've heard of it.
my guess
but
for everything.
not-
No. No,
So
not
are
even
you
close.
saying all of
Basically,
them are
like,
cray?
He said she's
All of them.
pregnant.
All of them are great. No. That's just my guess. I don't know.
so what
If you're right, it's a happy thing.
Hey.
I guess the
For
long
some.
story short, when it
Allegedly.
comes to like dating, like I truly believe like if you aren't happy with yourself, you will never be happy with anybody. Like no outside source, not one person or thing will make you happy if you don't accept you for who you are. And I, even though I was sick and dealing with all these other things, I learned that like it pushed me to basically go on this like soul searching, like, cause I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know what to do. Like something is like making me sick, but I can't, like, I'm fighting it. Like I'm fighting it. I've changed my diet. I've done like everything that I feel like you could do to like help yourself. And it was not going away. I'm like, I literally like going crazy. So I couldn't be in a relationship. It was reflecting on the men I was with. Like they were around me when I was losing my mind, basically. Like it was, and I finally realized like what I'm projecting is like how you are, whatever you project onto me is literally how you feel about yourself. Like I 100% believe that. Like the way people treat you and the way that they act towards you is how they feel internally with themselves. Because I was doing it. I was sick. I was losing my mind. I was treating them not very well because I felt like crap every day.
Yeah, how so
They
did you treat
they
them?
were like they were doing everything that like a woman would basically ask for and a man they wanted to marry me, they wanted to have a family,
Oh,
like they
so
were
they were
ready
ready.
to like, but something was off. Like I'm like, I can't, it wasn't fair to them. Like if I was feeling all these ways, it's not fair for me to keep them from those things if that's what they want, because it's not me right now. I can't even envision any of those things happening because of how I feel. I can't think about having a baby because I'm sick. Like I can't even like process all of those things. So I don't date because it's not fair to somebody else, like all these things that I'm bringing into like a relationship. Once I'm healed and I'm in a better place and I feel more stable, then I will like go out and start like putting myself out there and being more actively like dating, because it's not fair like to someone else.
Yeah, it's awesome for you to actually be open about it, because you have so many people who will be in that, I would say, like their whole lives, and they're like, oh,
Denial. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess
Disdain, denial, and they use codependency to mask all that. Yeah. I just met you today, but I can't picture you as like an angry person. You're so like happy and like.
yeah, but
just ask my family.
No, I get it. I 100% get it, because
Yeah.
I've been there too. Like,
Yeah.
and yeah, like jumped relationship to relationship to like thinking it was what I needed.
yeah,
yeah.
but bro, aren't you in like an open relationship? So like, it doesn't
Absolutely,
even matter for you.
that's me. But that's me finally understanding myself, knowing who I am, what I want, and not settling
Wait, so
for less.
Is
And
it
the
want
other
or
person,
need?
if you guys are on the same page.
Is it a want or a need to be in an open relationship because you haven't, I guess, found the one? Or do you just like, I don't give
my philosophy is just that there isn't the one. Like,
There's multiple.
Oh, that's what it is.
you love different people for different reasons, and some you don't
I think
love.
love
and
is a choice.
it is absolutely a choice.
Or, I mean, I'm sorry, I take that back. Like,
Ooh,
I
it's not a
mean, it
choice.
can be if, I mean, when you're choosing a life partner, like, I feel like that is when,
That's
like,
different, yeah.
love is a choice. Like, you're spending the rest of your life with this person. Like, I'm choosing them, like, no matter what.
Yeah.
And I think that's where people are afraid. They always think the grass is always greener.
Well, that shit, it's dirt in some cases. Like, shit,
It's
that's
greener where you water it.
Oh, exactly. So Jeff,
Why I don't
Are you
actively
in-
date, or if I'm actively dating, or what?
all the above and love.
Okay, well, I just got out of a relationship maybe like, I'd say like 6 months ago, like around like 6 months ago, September, some shit like that. Like 5 months ago or something. But I've been like, just doing my own thing. I just been keep my head down, just trying to do me. Mm-hmm. I'm not trying to actively date though. I'm not like going out of my way to look for somebody or just like, I mean, you know, like if I'm at work, I see a baddie, I'm like, she a baddie, but that's it.
But you have to go talk to the baddie though.
Like I'm not trying to look for anything. That's the thing. It's just like it's work, it's time, I'm young, so it's like
it's just not what you want right now.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm just trying to fuck around
and you let it happen. Like if you take it slow and you just like nonchalant, it'll happen.
Yeah, it's gonna come.
Sometimes it slaps you in the face though.
Yeah.
Like, dang, I did not expect this person to walk into my life.
Yeah. Sometimes
he in love though.
Yeah, not really, but something like that.
Happens to
something
everybody.
Like that.
Trust me.
Something like that for sure.
It'll happen someday.
But yeah, as in actively dating, probably soon. Honestly, I'm kind of.
Are you bored?
I mean, it's time for February and shit. February 14th.
So wait till after. Wait till after that. Wait till after that.
Shit, I'm trying to get something too. Oh. Nah.
You could get it and not have to celebrate that.
No, I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like gift. I want a gift. Shit.
Oh well.
I think
let me burst your bubble there. You're a man.
So.
But how do you guys actually define dating? I don't know. Like even if I were to be like dating, what does it mean? Like how do people date?
I think I read the word itself has like a meaning to everybody
there's
differently.
different terms like, oh, I'm just like talking to this person or
I don't get that. I don't get talking.
How do you I guess you're right. Like you put them into your own category of like that for me, like I'm dating this person.
So communication is big there, right? So you guys got to both be on the same page of like what talking is or whatever it is.
Yeah,
like,
I guess so. If you are dating somebody, what are those terms?
Well, what's the intent?
What are dating terms?
The intent, because like right now we are all, I guess.
Oh yeah, like you were
dating.
Of course, you know, you have some people like, oh, they're dating as in the intent to do more. No. To date as, you know, as I would say not date to be like a friend with extras. That can happen. Yeah, he's all about that stuff. Dang.
I was just thinking about, you were saying dated. I feel dated because I don't understand the whole different, like all different definitions and all that. Like,
all right, well,
I'll put it in my terms. Like,
okay.
like talking is like you're not dating. Like you just met the person. Like we're talking. Like that type of shit. But it's more intimate, I would say. And then like actually dating them is like we've
like
dating
at
them,
least
like,
hung out like
you
so
know.
many times.
No, so is it that and then hooking up is
Nah,
that
I think actually dating is more like exclusive than it is anything. Like you guys are just both like for each other, and then like talking is just like.
So, but does that mean you
So
can date
like-
other people?
dating's
or?
like boyfriend and girlfriend.
Nah, like talking is like you could probably talk to other people,
Okay.
but you probably
But once
like
you're
when you're dating, you
someone,
can't date somebody
you're
else.
not really like allowed to be dating or shouldn't be dating other people. Or I don't know. Like
Allowed.
who makes the rules?
Yeah. Says who?
Yeah,
Oh,
everybody's different, I guess. But
Yeah.
in my terms, like I feel like talking is like just like we're getting to know each other,
yeah.
and then like dating is like being exclusive.
Okay, so how about hooking up?
Hooking up, that's just hooking up. That's just like that's halfway talking. That's like that's there.
Halfway talking? Hey,
Yeah,
girl,
like
and then
there's no
after-
intimacy when just like hooking up is just for fucking, and then like if you're talking, you actually want to have something with that girl.
You're giving your energy away, taking on that negative
so
energy.
Yeah, but you have some. I would say you have some men on both sides who just want to hook up because they're like, hey, I just want to do fun. You know?
Men and women. So it's like
100%.
I don't understand it because I'm what they call demisexual, sapiosexual. So there has to be connection, and there has to be, you know, common interests and intelligence, and it's a lot more than physical for me. So
Jeffs, he's like, nah.
Nah, I'm just like,
He's like, okay.
that's a crazy word, demisexual. Like, I don't even know what that really means.
it-
bro.
I didn't know there was a term, but
I thought like
It means
demisexual was something else.
It means that
It's
you
just-
prefer a connection with the person before
your
you
souls are like connecting.
before you sleep with them. Like you're attracted more to like people
It's
that you're
beyond
connected
just
with.
like a physical attraction.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. Yeah. I would say like it makes sense up to a point, and then, you know, you have some who are just like, you look good, cool. That's
well,
cool.
I guess it like depends
Depends like what mindset
how you
you're
view
in.
sex. Like sex is like a part of human nature. Like it could be a very like powerful thing, like with a partner, like with somebody that you're like with like long term than just someone you meet and hook up with. Or
Oh, that felt good. Cool. Next. You know.
well, it's the same thing. Like it's as using like a drug or something to release like that feeling of like, you know,
Yeah.
energy being released, or whatever you
Self-loathing.
want to call it.
Self.
But it's pretty interesting, like the
Yeah.
history of sex and just like the.
Oh, you're going deep on it.
Okay,
Well, no,
school us.
I mean I don't. No.
School us, please, or school
no,
Brian.
no. I don't know. Like once you learn it's beyond just that physical,
Okay.
it's like it's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
Like yeah.
I'm like 16, you know that forever.
I'm like
Me too.
16.
You say sex and I'm like,
like a lot of.
Oh, what?
yeah.
Oh my god. All right, so about love. So how do you accept love as in out of the 5 love?
So what are the 5?
languages?
To me, love is respect
So
and
yeah.
consideration.
Okay, well there are 5.
Oh,
So
I
so
love you.
pick within the category.
Can I see that?
yeah.
Mine
You
are
pass this
definitely.
down, please.
I know mine are acts of service and words of affirmation.
Okay.
So, but within that, it's
His tone.
love it. Yeah. You like the Barry White. Within that, it's you know, somebody who respects me and who I show that same respect to, and somebody who considers me and who I show that same consideration to, and it's the consideration part is the big thing, because it means you're thinking of the other person. You're thinking about how they would feel, how they would react to everything that you're doing, basically, in the world, at work, you know,
Yeah.
the direction you want to take your family or whatever it is. You're thinking of the other person along with your desires.
That's so true. Yeah. How about you, Jeff?
I'd say like acts of services, like little shit like that, or like I honestly trust is a big one, like I don't know, but that's not even a love language.
Like how
These
do
are awful. Words of affirmation. What's that mean?
Sounds like.
Well, how do you like people you love in your
Okay.
family, like your mom, your dad, your
Acts of
whoever,
service.
how
Like
do
I
you
do
show
things for them,
that you
like
love
little
them?
shit like that. Receiving gifts, nah, that's not me. Quality
liar.
time, that's not me. Words of
Well, you-
affirmation.
Do
not
you
me.
like to receive? Like, do you like when other people give
like,
you
oh,
gifts?
I mean, of course, everybody likes gifts, shit. But
For
like,
free 99, no tax.
but like, not like, oh, I need a gift.
Are
not like
you
that.
when you do have a girlfriend? Are you like, are you guys like always all over each other? Or
Not
you,
really.
Like to
Affectionate.
hold each hand.
Maybe like her to
I'm
me,
all
but like
over. She's
not.
Yeah.
Get off
Like
me.
you
You're
don't-
hot.
Yeah.
you're not
Too
like-
hot.
It's probably the other way around, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit, I would.
I would
it's
definitely say acts of
common.
service or like quality time.
Yeah,
Time is really
I feel like-
important.
yeah, I
to me.
feel like that's
Like if
more
I can spend
common
time
for
with you, then
guys.
it's up because it's
yeah.
It's up. Well,
yeah.
Well,
Like-
what is up?
Like it's good to go.
Nah,
we ready.
I got
Well, I
it.
think what I
All
because
right, what you, Tracy?
mine is words of
Like,
affirmation
oh my God, you're
and
beautiful.
acts
You're
of
so
service.
tall. Oh my god.
But it's how that's how I show love.
Oh, show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. At least that's my understanding of it.
Okay.
Like, this is my love language. I guess I would appreciate it too in return, but my understanding is that it's how you give love, and like that's what I would say that's how I show, like, when I'm in a relationship, that's how I'm showing them, like, the acts of service. That for me is really big, like with a partner.
Bro, I can't stand it. Yeah, because hers as well, it's acts of service and time. Like, so I'm like, oh my God. So at first I was like, so I'm your slave. Like, I don't want to do this, but.
Well, I think
Get
it's
in the
like,
kitchen,
it's
slave.
more like
Get in the
quality. Like, for me, it's someone, like, you choose how you want to spend your time, right? I guess in
Yeah.
reality, that's how it's should be. Is like, it's my time. I'm going to choose how I want to use my time. So if I choose to spend my time with you, like, that's seen as like precious. Like, I'm giving you this time that I could be doing something else, or I could be with someone else. Or if someone is, because I have dated men that quality time is one of their love languages, because they're so busy and they're always working, or there's all these outside things, so they do only have this like 2-hour window, and they're choosing to spend it with me. Like, that, I see that as like really important, or pretty awesome, as opposed to being more needy. Like, why aren't you giving me more of your time?
I don't got
Like,
no more.
instead of looking at it like, wow, like, this person's so busy with all these things, and he's choosing to give me like this much of his time. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just
huge.
how I,
Yeah, so for me, yeah.
instead of being like a slave.
Bro, well,
Slaving them.
no, okay. So, like, certain small things that help her out make sense. Like, I'm going to do her oil change. You know, it's easy. I think all men need to learn how to do the oil and tires and brakes. Oh, my gosh. I'm like, hey, how's it? You know, all that stuff about cars. And they're like, oh, what? And I'm like, oh, my gosh.
Those of you who don't, though, if you need to score brownie points, you can bring your car to me. I will work on it. I'll hook you up
Nah.
for a fee.
Nah.
Not you. You know what you're doing. I'm saying the youngsters that don't know how to.
Bro, you're busy all the
Work on it.
time. Fo, you got stuff to do.
I got
But-
side hustles.
All right, okay, look, well,
That's one of them.
anyways, so you should know that, because each person that has a car should know how to do a flat tire. It's like, because let's just say you are out and wherever, and you know, you can't hop on your phone to call whoever. It's just you in the middle of nowhere. You have to learn how to have a flat tire change. You just go out of the car, you know, jack it up.
Or just be able to afford OnStar and call them.
Well, I didn't know OnStar was everywhere.
Satellite.
See,
Satellite home.
that's satellites. Woo. All right, so affirmations, yeah, that's huge too. But like, you have some who are just all about.
Oh shit.
All about it. You have to make me an idol up to a point. Like, oh, you have to tell me this.
Narcissist.
Hey, that's
Narcissist.
That's fine. I'm not gonna be with one of those. So yeah. So how about we hop into some shorts? Do you want to hop into some shorts, or do you want to hop around?
I'm happy in pants.
Oh,
I don't
okay. Short clips.
Okay.
Right now, I'll have certain things up on the screen, and then we will just kind of react to them. So here's about crime.
I just want to address one thing. A few of you guys said we were bringing up the being assaulted and stuff, being worried walking home at night. Actually, men are more likely to be victims of violent crime.
Violent crime, probably
Who's more likely to commit
but
violent
we're talking,
crime?
Yeah,
It doesn't.
facts.
That
But
doesn't.
also, I was
Men are still the
the
victims
gender
of it as well.
of the perpetrator of someone who has victimized you doesn't undo the fact that you've just been victimized.
Yeah.
So it's kind of
you're right,
irrelevant.
but
I don't know. That's just like a weird point, because it's like they should. I mean, the girl is right though. The guys are doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, girls aren't doing it.
It makes sense, you know, for I won't be approached come as much as, you know, you.
You're seeing
It's Probably 'cause
Not as like vulnerable.
Right,
Yeah.
not as vulnerable. Yeah,
you have a hard the target.
it
up to a
goes
point.
so it goes back to instinct, and it's like the instinct for sex, right? Like men have this desire, have this need to like spread our seed, right? Like we have a need, and there's a difference in men and women because of like how life was
Anatomy.
how life was before modern technology, you know, modern anything, where you spent days searching for food, and like life was very hard, and there was a lot of things that could kill, you know, that would kill you, and you know, so the instinct there is to procreate, to keep the human race going, right? Same thing, it correlates with like what they're talking about, how women are more on point, more aware, more, you know, because they are more vulnerable while out, like while
More aware, as in you have some people on their phones and they just walk out of a
Willy-nilly.
store
No.
up to their car, aren't seeing what's going on, or like, well, what are you talking about? Because you're lying to my face right now.
I'm talking about what the video was about how women are more susceptible to being attacked or whatever.
True that.
And
I kind of misunderstood what the video was saying. To be
I don't know.
honest.
He
was
the guy just
arguing-
kind of wanted to sound it right. He just wanted to sound right.
yeah, and
He does actually, no, or like he.
So he was
will
saying that
always do
men
that.
get
Yeah.
It's my way.
he's saying that
are-
men are more attacked more frequently, right? More
No, he's saying men get attacked more frequently.
That's what I just said. Yeah, men get attacked more frequently, because that's a statistic, right? So just
An
because,
alleged one.
but just because,
Allegedly.
yeah, allegedly, we don't know for sure, but just because men are involved in violent crimes as victims and perpetrators, right, more frequently doesn't mean that women should not be hypervigilant still, because I mean they are more vulnerable. Like there's no denying that a man is stronger, you know, can overpower a woman easily, and it happens.
All the time.
Yeah. So
What's up, Trace?
this was
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I have not like looked up statistics, so I find it baffling that men would be like attacked more than women, but yeah, who knows? Maybe just because there's more men in the world, so like statistically,
51 to
that
49.
I don't know. I don't have like my facts
But
straight to back that up, but I feel like everybody should, whether you're male or female, you should know at least some like natural instincts to protect yourself in any like because any situation I guess could happen where you need to know how to survive or go into some sort of like survival mode. Like
We have
that's
fight or
kind
flight.
of more what we like way back in the day as humans. We like lived more in those states of mind, and they're not like when we're faced with danger, like are we automatically like go into these states. So if you know what to do, like without having to think too much, like it's helpful for a male and or female. Like I think females, just because of myself being a female and from a young age, and you know, it's always something that everyone tells us to be very careful and be aware of your surroundings and you know, I have like pepper gel and certain tools.
She ready?
Like, yeah, like have you guys ever heard of a Kubaton?
No.
So I don't have it on me, but it's like this. You hold it. It's like a stabbing tool, basically. Yeah. I feel like it could do some damage. So for any women out there that need, it's just like a little keychain tool you can have, but it's called a Kubaton. I have like
Sheesh.
one of those. So I don't know.
In your
yeah.
experience, have you felt that way? Like, have you like in a dark parking lot or
Yeah,
something like?
definitely. There's been many times where I have, felt uncomfortable, and especially where I went to college and worked and lived more in the Los Angeles area for like the last 7 to 10 years. So there's just more people. When there's more people around, you
There's
just
more
have to,
weirdos.
yeah. And I've witnessed. I used to take the train to work, so like I've
You're
seen
with
like
people.
I've witnessed
Blue
like
line?
some just like crazy stuff.
Green
yeah.
line?
I would take the yellow
Okay.
and then the red line. I used to live in like Pasadena area, but anyways, so yeah, even in college they would tell us like after class they would even have escorts, like men outside of class that would walk
Oh.
you.
Oh, I was about to
You say
say.
escort.
Sorry,
Yeah.
yeah.
You piqued our interest there.
No,
He picked Brian.
but they would have like
I paid for it.
people that would volunteer to like walk you to the car.
Okay.
Those are
it's
gentlemen.
yeah, but it's important for anybody because people you could sense. I mean, people that are pretty good sensitive people, you can tell who probably might be the wrong person to f with compared to someone else. Like they're like looking for the most vulnerable people.
That is so true. So yeah, I would say always be aware and not be on your phone, guys. I see it all the time. Like,
Yeah,
bro, you
that's
just
a
got hit
big
by a car.
thing.
Like,
Yeah.
what are you doing? Oh, I didn't see him. You weren't looking. Oh, I
Yeah.
was. I'm like, I was. What, guys? It's crazy. So, yeah, that sucks. So I would say for men to not assault, please, because
Same. I
It's
mean,
not
for
fun.
women too. Like, there's
You
some
guys are-
crazy ass women out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, they are.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking king cars, slicing tires and shit.
wait.
Oh.
what you like the crazy ones, my guy?
Yeah, but like not like that.
Yeah, that's
Not
crazy.
like that.
That's crazy.
I've been robbed and jumped, so
Oh wow.
I know.
That's scary.
By women?
no, not. Well, I mean, no, not
Maybe.
jumped, robbed, yeah,
Oh, you have
of time.
all of them are at your house. All the times you're on a first date, they're like, "Oh, here's a wallet." Gone. Nah, I was kidding. But don't.
It's
do that,
happened.
please.
It's
Has
happened.
it really?
Yeah, it's happened.
I'd
A
be
credit card,
pissed.
yeah.
No.
I guess too, it's one thing is like don't think that it can't. Everything we all think
Oh
that those
my
things
God.
won't happen to us.
And then when it does,
And it's always you're like I never thought this would happen to me, and so I try to because there's been many things that it's either happened or I've done where I've been like I'd never do that or I'd never be that person. I'm like oh my gosh, like I'm totally that person.
Yeah. So me at certain jobs or just out and about, like if I'm bored, which is most of the time, I'll just kind of think of things that could happen. I'm like, I'm gonna head out this store. I'm gonna go that way. I'm gonna go
Like
that
no,
way.
you're at
I think that's
like,
that's
know
a
your
that's a
exit.
guy thing totally like because my girlfriend sometimes we're out or whatever and I'm like where are you, where's your mind, like she's like I don't have to think, you do it for me.
Oh,
There's
Or
a
like when you're
TikTok she showed me
driving.
a TikTok and it's like the guy's like they're in the mall or whatever and the guy's like I can exit there, you know, I'll do this, I'll do, you know, this is how I'll protect her, and the girl's like making my way downtown. just like in the clouds, you know, like.
Oh my gosh.
So anytime that I'm like, you know, what are you doing? What are you thinking about? That's what I do. I just sing that, making my way downtown,
Oh, that's cute.
and it's hilarious
Oh my gosh.
because she does what it means.
Tracy, are you okay to speak about all that stuff?
Second Amendment.
To shoot guns and stuff like that?
Oh,
Because you
yeah.
have some people like, they're dangerous. I'm like, no, it's the people's hands they're in. It's a tool. It's a tool.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. No, I'm totally in. I have a shotgun,
Mossberg.
12 gauge Beretta.
Oh, the Beretta though. Is she ready?
Dang.
How about you, Jeff?
I've
Oh
done
no,
trap
I don't have a gun, not yet. Shit, but it's because I don't currently need one. Like I don't,
Yeah.
I'm not running away from anything. Like,
well, you don't know if you need one.
Yeah, hey, because it's true though.
I don't know. I've like it's one of those things like you guys just said, like, oh, I don't think it's gonna happen to me until it happens, you know. But it's like, I just don't, just not in like Elsinore, not here.
I'm not gonna even speak on that one.
I feel like that's where you need one.
Like Elsinore. Hey,
Although,
like I would say like on certain parts.
it's like
kinda
crazy.
sketch.
It's usually white people that. It's like
Like,
middle
like,
class. It's like middle class white people that go shooting up places and shit. So I'm just saying that's my opinion. It's probably unpopular and incorrect, but that's. I feel like in the hood. I grew up in the hood, and I feel like in the hood, like yes, there were shootings. There were like people were shooting each other, but that was like rivals, and they had beef and whatever. Like the ones that are just like willy nilly, all crazy, like at the mall or whatever. It's white people off their Xanax or whatever. Like
Off that Molly.
nah, not on Molly. Nobody's shooting nothing up on Molly. Homie. Yeah,
it makes you happy.
you feel good. Everything's right.
Dang.
I don't. Allegedly,
Everything's right.
Allegedly.
allegedly.
I don't know.
So yeah, I would say if you do own, please go seek training. Know how to do it, because you have certain people who are dumb. Like, oh, I have a gun. Okay, cool. Do you know how to use it? If something went down, they'd be shaking. Oh my God. Oh, I'm like. But
I
don't
think
do
it's
it.
just like most things, just do it. Drink responsibly or use use common sense.
Part
it's
of
not common.
part
It's
yeah
not common.
part of
No,
owning.
I know, but I guess it's the same. You're speaking to people like that.
Right.
The people that know that you need training are going to get training
They
and
already-
know
yeah,
how to
they
use
already
this
have it.
gun. And like, I don't feel like the people you're saying, oh, they're just shooting. Like they're gonna do that no matter what. Like they're gonna be that person that's gonna go out and do that no matter what. Like you're not gonna be able to change them
Right.
into, oh, they're gonna go get this training. Like they're already off the rockers enough to go like.
So here's how I feel about that. Background checks should include SSRI prescription.
Bro, I don't even know what that is.
They're antidepressants.
Serotonin,
basically.
yes, serotonin blockers.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like that could be
That's-
like a really like controversial.
It
like,
could be,
thing.
but it's a common denominator. In
but
in
like
the,
half of our population is on SSRIs.
right,
like-
which leads to the whole big pharma issue and
That big
doctors
business
and-
money life.
Big
It's just
money.
like
It pays to keep people sick rather than actually tell them,
Yeah, it's just-
rather than educate them on how to heal themselves how they should by
For what,
sleeping,
though?
eating right, getting
For
exercise,
what? It's easier to
sunlight.
eat crappy than to
No, it's
eat
not.
like
It's
a
easier
salad.
to make
It's
money
not,
though,
though.
to fix the problem.
Yeah.
But it doesn't pay. That's the problem.
It does not
Everything's
pay.
does
like
pay.
greed. Everything's about money.
That money. So speaking about money,
Money problems.
We'll hop into this clip about having a 10K allowance. Fudge.
A year?
Allowance?
You approached me on a sugar daddy website and asked me to be your sugar baby and then
Never
couldn't
did.
afford my allowance.
Never did.
He couldn't afford my $10,000 allowance a month and said, that's funny. Why don't you just come on my podcast instead? So he pays $40 a month.
Are you done making your point now? Because let's really talk about this then.
Sure. Yeah.
You wanted $10,000 a month, and I said no because I'm not going to
I
pay
don't
you.
want $10,000 a month.
Yeah,
I
nope.
make well over $10,000
But I'm saying
a month.
I'm not paying no girl any money. Like I don't do that.
Yeah.
So thank you for
You've
cementing
never
my-
bought pussy before?
Nope.
I wish we could.
Nope. And thank
Have
you
you
for
ever bought a
cementing that.
flight?
Selena,
Have you ever got an Uber?
Selena, stop interrupting.
Sorry.
So thank you for cementing the fact that I don't pay girls off sugar sites.
Facts.
Thank you.
Then why are you
And
on
then
there?
also
Why are you on there?
because I use it as a dating site. And I've said it many times.
That's actually genius.
Why?
Because
There's an expectation that you'll pay, that you'll give them money, and so why
This
even
is so
enter into
dumb.
that?
Like,
It is.
This is so dumb.
I don't understand how these people exist, and not only exist,
Because of kids
thrive.
like me. Because like,
Kids like me.
exactly, like kids like me, they watch this and they're like, they feed off the energy and they try to be just like it.
they're like 10K a month. Okay, first of all, 10K. I make 10K in like 4 months, bro.
That's crazy.
Regardless,
She ain't
it's
worth it.
relevant. Okay, it's all relevant about how you live your life. So that
I'm
That
just
doesn't
saying
matter.
I can't
But-
afford it.
but-
She's smoking. I'm not gonna lie. She's
Not
smoking.
even.
here's the
No?
thing: someone's
You
gonna
don't-
pay.
Sheesh.
Someone's gonna pay. It ain't
Someone's gonna
be
pay
me.
it. Someone's gonna pay it because A, they've got it, and B, they want the company or attention or whatever it may
The
be.
treesh.
And so it's a deal, and whatever, you know, a good deal is a deal where both sides come out happy. But you'll never catch me paying. I've never paid for it
Free. No, actually, no, hold on. You do have to pay for it on
in one way or another.
No,
okay.
on dates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So
but
what
I'm
that's
happy
like, not
to.
even-
I'm happy to do that because I enjoy doing the things like.
Okay.
So it's something that I would do either way, probably.
Yeah, well, you have some people who are like, I don't a date for what? You look good. I don't even care about you. And you're like,
Facts.
here's money. It's over here. All right, so Jeff, so like I would say, okay, her up on the screen. If she was like, hey, I'm worth 10K.
She ain't.
So-
Should not.
Well, you don't know what she could do.
Oh.
All those bitches can do the same shit. All those girls at the table can do the same shit, bro. Like it's all the same. Like
Oh my god.
I don't know.
That-
That's just entitlement. That number is entitlement. That number is like expectations. That's.
10K.
But hey, like you said, someone's gonna give it to her.
So true. So true. All right, Tracy.
I can't even give an opinion on this.
No. Kiss. So like,
Would you pay for a gentleman's time
No.
Wait, what?
company?
No,
No.
I'm-
Okay. Actually, I don't have and judge whatever. No, like people can do like whatever they need to
Yeah.
survive.
Yeah.
It just is crazy to me that this is even like
A thing.
a thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's No, so okay.
Thank you.
So for you, let's just say at home you meet whoever, and I'm
They just
sure.
randomly show up at her home.
Yes.
Oh.
Well, yeah.
So most
I have
likely
manifested this
most likely a
person into my
repairman
life.
or delivery something.
Okay, so in the future, after you have your husband or whoever you're seeing for a long time, how much do you expect, I guess, to live off of?
Oh my gosh. Honestly, I've never really I can't put a number.
You support yourself, obviously, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I've always been a big advocate on that for me, as a female, just only because with when my parents were going through a divorce, I saw kind of the struggle between the male making all the money and then the female just being a house mom. And so I kind of not only to where I just wanted to have stability if it didn't work out with someone, I'd still be fine, or I wasn't having to rely on
This,
It
ladies,
happened.
listen,
The
please.
2000s.
This.
Please, this is.
I've seen this
gold.
too many times, and I anybody that I care about that I talk to about any of this, I always encourage ladies, don't give up your career to be a parent. Yes, in the beginning you may only be working to have your child in childcare. Don't give up that career because that time, that experience is invaluable. And if something does end up happening and the relationship ends, the marriage ends, you're not reliant on somebody.
Yeah, and everyone does it, and because being a stay-at-home mom is freaking hard. I don't have kids, so I can't. But I've have plenty of friends that do now, and I see the hard work that they put in is amounts to any career type job, any of that.
Because it's 24/7
Yeah,
too.
well, I feel to give the advice to keep your careers more for your own sanity than just being because your life, it completely changes. You're just around your baby 24/7. You need to be around. Again, I don't have children, so I feel I can't have a strong opinion on it. But my mindset was always, if I that's where I would have wanted to be if I did by now, that I would have. Because again, even had friends that have gone through marriage and divorce already, and but they were able to like, it was an easier separation in the sense that like you go your way, I'll go mine, and then like whether they have children or not and they co-parent, like the money, like the finances wasn't the main like thing.
It also makes the decision a little easier on whoever's leaving, because they're not staying because they fully rely on this person, right?
Or they're
and
just
wondering where am I going to get money from to survive if I leave,
like that security. It's huge. It is because it's scary. Like I can imagine.
The other part of that too is the psychological factor, because what I've seen is from a lot of stay-at-home moms. I've dated few. They
Dated few.
They
Just a few.
their purpose is their children,
Yeah,
and eventually your kids grow up and they have their own lives, and so then when that's your purpose, what happens then? You're left with nothing and you're empty, and
it's like anything else. I feel like I experienced that when I lost softball, and it's like that was my purpose for so many years, and then boom, it was gone. And it's the same. I've known or have heard stories of plenty of women that once their kids were done and gone, like things started happening or they started struggling with things. And I agree. I believe that is why, is because your kids are your purpose.
you make them your life.
Yeah.
So
like back to like the financial like
just got cut off.
side of things. I know. I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
Shit, this is awesome to just kind of see him get cut
See
off.
us,
No,
battling.
I mean,
We're battling like Vikings.
yeah.
A shield
The
maiden.
Norways. Like being being a woman, I just find it crazy that we could have babies. Like really, that our bodies can like.
Which is
Do you feel
awesome.
pressure?
Build these babies.
I
I
was
know
gonna ask that, yeah.
you create. This
I
life.
did like not. I mean, I'm sure I would if I was in a relationship and that's what we were wanting and we were like trying to have kids. Like I know even on both ends, I feel like for men too, like you have to feel
Bro,
like
it's
you're.
easy for us. I think it's so easy for
It's
us.
actually- but
just
it's
kind of
not-
shoot. That's all we do.
It's not as easy to get
Point and shoot.
pregnant though as like people maybe like make it seem. For some it can be, but for others, like in reality, at least as far as the knowledge I've had is that there's only like maybe 1 or 2 days like in a month and like a short that you can actually like conceive. But I just find it wild, like being a woman, that we can have these babies,
Which is awesome.
and it's the
Thank you all out there.
but it's it's like everything that comes after it is what's wild, and I
What?
think that's
It
what
changes
is
your
so
body.
hard. Like what is, you're not prepared. You can't prepare you can only prepare yourself so much by reading or
That is so
trying to
true.
understand, like until you go like, and that's what I find. What if I have children, like what I would want to go through. I'm like, that's just a cool experience. Like you can never, even though it can be really hard for a lot of women, like it's your experience with this child. Like it's so crazy to me. Like I find it wild.
It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to watch. To watch this
And it's a
woman that
part
you
of
love.
you. Like,
This woman that you love is
crazy.
growing this life inside of her, and like it's different for us men, and I think it goes back to instinct. Men are kind of naturally detached, not completely detached, but
it's just in a different way.
we have this thing where if need be we can detach, just because it kind of has
You're
to
like
happen.
the protector.
It has to happen.
alpha,
Sometimes sometimes we have to be gone, right? Like
They're battling.
no. sometimes men have to be gone for whatever reason, and so not that I've ever detached from any of my children, but I know that if need be, I could go do whatever I had to do. If I had to go to war, if I had to go somewhere to work, like I could do it. And but
it's like harder for a
but
female to like walk
their moms,
away
yeah,
and
they're
be like-
well, because you this life was inside you, like you guys have this bond already,
For
like
10
well, you're
months.
keeping it alive,
and
you're nurturing
and
it,
literally
like-
the baby hears your voice for 10 months and just knows that, and it's just comforting to them. Like all of it, like your heartbeat they hear, like it's crazy, and it's an amazing thing. Like,
Yeah.
You got a heartbeat over here? But do you have a heartbeat? Or are you as cold as ice?
Am I dreaming?
But I also believe there are a lot of children out there that need help and that are already born like into this world.
Help as in what kind of help?
Just in any way, like just
big sister.
yeah,
adoption.
like same with this. I mean, adopting. Same how people about dogs. You know, like adopt, don't shop. Like there's a lot of children out there that need help.
It's funny. I had that thought. Like I think this past week actually, when we were in Big Bear, there was a couple that had some adopted kids, and I was like, I turned to Jess and I was like, because I've had a vasectomy, so I'm not having no more kids, right? I've got 3, and I'm not having no more. But
Capped out.
I still do. I see this, right, and I think, oh man, you know, these kids that are in like foster care and stuff, like I could see us adopting kids, you know, because I feel that way too. Like there's kids out there that they're innocent. They don't deserve to feel like why am I, you know, why did my parents not want me or whatever.
I guess you could. I've learned that like everything I've been through is that you can still like give someone else the same amount of like unconditional love that you could, even if it wasn't your own like flesh and blood.
Absolutely.
And to be able to make a difference
Absolutely.
in someone's life, like that's pretty
It's compassion.
big.
Yeah, that's huge because for me, I was in the foster care for a bit, you know, because of where I was at. I was around drugs, you know, all that kind of stuff, and you know, like, oh, you can't live here around drugs. It's you know, all this kind of stuff. So yeah, I can kind of see that, right? You know, it sucks. I'm like, hey, who are you? I just met you. Oh, I'm already gonna leave. Oh, cool, awesome, weird, right? But yeah, how you were saying, I just think we don't have to, you know, have our own to have a
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it takes a certain type of person to be able to do that. It's not easy.
Yeah.
But there are people in the world that.
Shoot, it's not easy with your own flesh and blood sometimes.
Yeah. Could you imagine this person that's
Send
probably
them
been
back.
through like a lot of trauma already.
Right, right.
Like how
It takes a lot of patience. I'm
yeah,
sure. But
to understand that. But I get that now. Like I understand that as far as especially these little human beings. Like how the heck have they had
innocent.
any like everything that's happened to them has not been their fault.
Like for us, we have
Men, go get yourself spayed and neutered.
had 2 cats, and yeah, they're awesome.
Adopted?
Oh, you adopt? Oh, that's cool.
Well, one is.
But
like it's weird how they are, because her who is, she's more scared of certain things, you know, and then our other one, she's awesome. She's like play
Cora,
with me, pet me. Oh my god, do everything with me. So you know, it's a whole thing. I was like, wow.
We had that with
very
dogs.
interesting.
We had that with dogs. We had a rescue, and we had a one that we got from a breeder, and and the rescue was just so much. She seemed so much more grateful. Like she was just always much more loving. And
Ours is opposite.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
You got the one,
That's
because
a
you got
cat,
the
though.
hood. You got the hood cat.
You got the
You got the one from the
She's
hood.
like, I gotta survive.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right. So let's hop
You don't
in.
know me.
Oh, you won't know me because I'm under the bed. Jeez. So,
yeah.
have you been in love then?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
How many times have you been in love?
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
In love or in lust?
That's where like
Faux show.
yeah, I probably like twice I've been like in love.
oh yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So who's the one who was like, bruh, this isn't working out? You, huh?
Me? Who was it?
Yeah. Yeah. Who was like, it's over?
Well, we actually dated through work. I met him after college. I used to work for Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Yeah. I
Name
worked-
dropping.
Name dropping. Don't work at Enterprise.
yeah.
We'll pick you
I'm
up.
kidding.
Not anymore.
We'll pick you up.
like wow, it's been a long time. But it again was a lot to do with me because we're at like everything that was going on. Like I felt like I was going crazy.
That's so mature.
So you ended it
Because
each
he
time.
was ready. Yeah.
Gee, heartbreaker.
Yeah, but
that's mature though.
You know,
that's just maturity.
I have found because I've been on both ends. I've had my heart crushed and it's both sides are extremely hard. Like especially because I had to write a letter. I wrote it down and read it out loud to him because it was so hard for me. It was like one of the hardest things like to do because there wasn't anything like that happened per se. Like it was just we just are on different paths, and what you want, I can't keep that from him. Like I couldn't, you know, like he wanted to have a family. Like that was what he wanted, and I didn't even know. I'm like, I don't even know what I want. And so I just felt like it was very, very hard. It was very heartbreaking to do because, and at the end of the day, he was like, you know, as cool as anybody could be, like about it. There's no animosity. He was just like, it was sad. Like we both cried and hugged and cried, and then it was.
You did the right thing
I moved
though. That's
out,
why.
and that's like we had a dog together, and I let him keep her, and that was very, very hard too. But I found it was at the end of the day, all as hard as it was, I don't have any regrets.
So here's our last topic on the topic of dating. What things for you, Tracy, do you see that are hot about men?
That are hot.
That are like,
about men.
tall, either they're white, black, Asian, Hispanic, whatever, Filipino, all that stuff.
Like I've never had like this like
Face?
specific like type.
Yeah.
Being
She
taller,
is mean.
a lot of I have actually like dated men that have been a little bit shorter. Not like a lot.
Like
but-
that short? Oh, dang.
But it is nice
5'6"
to feel like
Yeah.
small, like in someone's arms, because I don't
Oh.
a lot, because I'm, you know, usually taller. Than
Yeah. Usually.
It's not really like
It's quiet.
there's not a lot of I like when they could fix something.
Oh, handyman.
Yes,
Oh,
like
thank you.
that is very attractive to me because it's just nice when you're like, I have this TV that's sitting on my floor and I just want it mounted on my wall. With like someone just do
It's
it for
so
me.
easy. Just
Like,
get studs, get a stud fan,
yeah,
and get
because
that.
I mean I've had my own like place before, like my own apartment and stuff. So like it was just me and my dog, and so at the time I'm like, man, it really would be nice to have. And I've been with men that have been handymen and some that haven't, and I'm like, I don't know how to like
What are you good for?
fix this.
What are you good for, homie?
Max of service.
What are you good for, homie?
But I mean,
You're
it's not an
gonna hand me
end-all,
tissues
be-all.
when I cry.
I do really pay attention to how they treat other people. That is big on me, like in just the littlest things, like whether it's opening a door or just like something like really respectful. Like I do pay a lot, and how they treat their family or how their relationship is with their family.
Oh, with the family. Okay.
Depending on how, you know,
situation.
not everybody has like the greatest, like, and I get that, but if they do have a close relationship with their family, how they like treat them, like their mother, like one thing that people would say is pay attention to how they treat their mother, like when you're dating a guy. And I think that's true. Like, how people are with their moms, they can be treat you in a very similar way.
Absolutely, because that's their role model growing up, and how they're treating them is how they they view other women.
For some.
Of course, it's not a general thing,
I'm
but
just staring at them.
what?
I like a lot of a sense of humor is like really huge to me too.
Oh my god, the looks on each other. Just the side eye.
No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
But anyways,
Okay.
I feel like those are actually more like not physical, but physical wise.
How about like an income though? Because like you can't be having some broke person, like, oh, we're eating top ramen. You can. I'm
mean,
just saying. I'm just saying. Yeah, if you are.
I feel like income is the wrong word to use as opposed to like. Is that my watch? How funny.
Siri, what the heck?
It did. Sorry, can you repeat that?
Potential.
But how, like, yeah, like if they're working towards something, like
Ambition,
yeah, like
potential.
if I meet somebody right now and they're not like, I guess financially in the most like stable position, but they have a plan or they're like working towards something like that. I'm cool with that. Like I don't have this like, oh,
Yeah, but for how long though?
Making
They're like, oh, it's been a few
I don't
years.
know. I don't know.
and you-
I don't have like a check. I really don't have this like massive
Oh,
checklist. of,
I
like,
did. I had a checklist.
I have some like
said-
because there's things that are extremely important, but not like this like oh if this like because if there
It was
were
on my
all-
phone. I had my checklist on my phone.
Going down the
What if
list and
there's
shit.
like all these other
Nope.
things?
Nope.
And then there's all these things you love about this person, and like, oh, because they don't fit this one box, you're gonna say bye.
You're so
like,
Yeah.
that's
rigid.
not
You're
like,
so rigid that you
I
have
did.
You're
That's
so
so
rigid that you
bad.
have to stick to this list, and that shows that like you haven't.
You're looking for the perfect person that doesn't exist.
exist.
Not
You're-
perfect.
You're like,
Life,
Not
hey,
perfect.
Life
As
is
long as they
fluid.
fit in the category, though.
Yeah.
Life
you're
is-
not gonna like
Life is
love
fluid.
every single thing about somebody. Like it's accepting every single
So-
thing about somebody.
Okay, so I had certain things up on the list were important, huge important.
Right,
Like how you're
your
saying,
bottom lines.
you can't just be at home all day and not do anything and not have certain things you want to do in life. I'm like, all because I am. I'm not trying to do that. I'm like, hey, how's it going? I'm gonna go do stuff. Oh, you're gonna sit home and do nothing. I don't have time for that. So that was high on the list. And then of course, I had some things like
Yeah, but those are
that's
important
plausible.
things. Like,
Yeah, but
that's
you-
important.
That was a part of the list. That's why.
Yeah. Yup.
But you're like saying if
Shut up, bro. You got a list too. Shut up.
This if they're not in a
If they're breathing, right? Oh my
if they're
God.
not in the place I think they should be in the next 2 years, like bye. Like
Oh, no,
that's
no.
fucked up.
No.
Like,
Life is fluid. Life is fluid. Life is ever changing.
but I don't
Gotta
have
be
a
like
number.
water.
Well, I only
Oh,
in
you
that
don't have
way
a number like you
because
like
of love.
income. Like you don't have a dollar
Yeah.
amount.
Not like I don't know. I guess I just haven't thought that far into it
30K
right
a year.
now. Yeah.
30K.
Someone makes 30K.
Jeff, what's up?
Shit, that
Are you
big
making-
12. That big
But I'm
12.
assuming somebody that I met, if they made that much, they don't have the goal. They're not working toward like they probably don't fall into these other categories
At our age,
that-
Oh, you
right?
do
yeah,
like
At this point in life.
yeah, like pretty sure.
But if you
yeah.
fell in love with a 19-year-old, you'd be like,
I
all
don't
right,
know.
well, you got
Oh.
potential, homie. You
I
still
don't
got
think that would
potential.
happen.
So
but
how
maybe.
You never
how
know.
old or how old?
Older or
I don't know,
younger?
I've
Are you
never,
trying to date?
Like,
So like a bracket or like
oh my gosh, this is so funny. I haven't thought
A
about any of
range.
this.
What's the top
I mean,
of
I
your range?
wouldn't probably date. I'm going to be 35 in a week, so I probably would
Well, happy birthday.
not,
Happy early
thank
birthday,
you,
yeah.
date anybody over the age of like 40. I feel like that would be like the oldest that I would date. But I also have to, being our age, there's so many other things taken into consideration. I'm probably most likely a lot of people I meet will have children or have kids have had kids with someone else and like that is a lot too. Like I've had to think about like if I'd be willing to parent or like be a part of another like not my child's life in that sense, because that's hard. It could be challenging. Like that could, depending on how they co-parent, sometimes the baby mama is
Cray?
a little
Mama.
cray or vice versa. Like, but yeah, I would say
Silent.
like
Look at me.
40.
My girlfriend and my baby mama are besties, homie.
That's
Bestie.
cool. I mean, that it's helpful.
It
It's
is. I get to see
helpful.
my kids a lot more often.
Yeah, and I'm
And
sure
it's
if
easy.
you were in a real, like, it's just all around.
It makes
It's
it-
just
it makes it
helpful.
easier.
Yeah, if the other person's not like,
yeah.
I guess I don't know. I guess 40. Young. I wouldn't. I've
wouldn't go
actually,
younger?
well, most of the guys I've dated have been at least like a year, maybe two younger. Not a lot.
Okay, well,
but,
so,
That's probably
yeah.
where you're going wrong then.
So
Maybe.
What about
'Cause-
25?
No.
Because women mature
I don't. Yeah.
earlier. So if
But
if
some
you're going
men,
backwards.
he was 29 and he was like, I thought he was like 45. I'm like, you were the most
Oh,
like
okay.
mature. Like he was so.
played it off.
Yeah, but he was also not from here. He's from another country.
Oh,
And I feel like
Dang,
people
you with the
not
exotics
from,
or
like,
what?
they're just
Dang.
not as sheltered. Like we're so much more
Oh,
sheltered
that is so
here.
true. It's like, oh, you
That
can't do
like
this. Can't.
yeah, even like I've even in college met other people from other countries, and they're like they could speak like 4 or 5 languages, like just
That's
like
sick.
naturally, like they had
That's
to
so
learn
sick.
like at a young age. I don't know. In some ways, I felt like he was just a little bit more like advanced in like the life. Like I've kind of been in this bubble here. He's what opened my mind into being like look into like my heritage, like being Norwegian and like where you come from. I'm like, this is cool. Like
The roots.
yeah.
Vikings,
Yeah.
allegedly. Allegedly.
Exactly.
Shit. Yeah, how about you,
Anyways, what about
Jeff?
you guys?
Yeah, how old?
Yeah. How old are you?
Damn, for you be after
Young as young
Cougars.
as. Well, I'm 19. I'm
He
19.
said 35 is his perfect age.
That's about it. Yeah, I
like
honestly wouldn't
mature
date.
ones.
You better have an income of at least 90K.
Shit, if she 35, bro, she at least have an income of like 120. Man,
Oh, that is so rare. Oh my gosh. And for us men too.
Nah, but I think the oldest I did would be
funny.
like 20, 23, 24.
What, oldest?
I've gone out with like a 22-year-old.
Wait, oldest?
Oldest, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, oldest, yeah.
You're 20.
No, I'm 19.
19. All right.
Yeah,
That's cool. Though.
I'm 19.
22.
Youngest, probably my age. My age or a year younger. That's it.
Well, I'd hope so. It's a little sketch, yeah. A little sketch.
A little sketch after that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Man.
it's just like 23. I feel like it's definitely gonna go up. Like when I'm older, like when I'm 22, it's definitely gonna go to like 30. It's like as of right now.
Okay.
It's like it's a small group.
Nice. So how about you, Bryant? All ages.
All ages.
Sheesh.
Nah, I won't go under 30. I won't date anyone under 30. When I first was separated from my ex-wife, I went on 2 dates. One with a 21-year-old, one with a 22-year-old. I was 32.
For what?
I was 32 at the time, and it was impossible. I could not. The one I actually walked out on. I paid the bill, but I walked out on. I was like, I'm sorry.
Half the bill?
No, I paid the bill. I was like, I'm sorry. I just can't do this. It was like, she asked me what. She's like, what is that? What? Like 10 times in like 10 minutes. And I'm like, okay, I can't do this. We don't have anything we can talk about. So, and then the other one, yeah, it was kind of the same thing, but the date, I didn't walk out on her, but yeah, so I wouldn't go younger than 30. I mean, when I was 19, I was dating a 40-year-old. So, but
Jeff?
I'm not.
Nah, do it.
I think like at this point right now, right? I'll be 40 in June, so I think at this point 50 is probably my cutoff, and even that is kind of like
Look at Jeff.
Yeah, you're 40?
almost. Yeah, I'll be 40 in June. That's a shock to you?
No.
That's because I'm still 16.
He's like, bro, you look older. But
Yeah, God.
I'm kidding.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, I get that a lot. No,
For
wiser.
real though.
Dang.
Nah, yeah, I don't know. I just
You be judging dudes on how they look or what?
not
Right.
me. Shit.
All right.
He's over there at his nails. Going, hey, it's all good.
Hey, I mean,
Yeah, no judgment.
It's all good.
what's no judgment? I'm confused on what y'all trying to say now. Nah,
I
but
plead the fifth, my guy.
yikes. Nah. What about you, Jay? What's the oldest you'll date? Youngest? If you
he's
could,
married.
if you could, if
He's
you
married.
I
could.
can't speak on
He's
this.
married.
All right, okay. So before we met, I was with a 19-year-old. That shit was
When did you guys
crazy.
meet? How old were you?
I was 25. So
But basically, you're 19 at that point.
yeah, but so it was awkward at the point, as in, you know, that I met her mom, right? And, you know, of course, that I had I would say for how much I had back then, as in like I had cars and I had your Honda as well, like a bike, right? So after I would kind of, hey, how's it going? I would be in that car and a bike, and she was like, bro, how old is this guy? And then
what does he do for a living?
Yeah, exactly.
What's he selling?
Yeah,
what is he?
Yeah,
selling?
exactly. And then
He got that fire.
Oh, and then it all went downhill ish.
Right, because the mom didn't approve, so then she's talking shit behind the scenes.
Probably.
And homegirl,
Probably.
yeah. And homegirl didn't want to hear it anymore, so she's like, peace out.
That's probably what happened. Anyways,
That's crazy though.
So yeah, so with her
19 and 40 though, that's fucking wild, man.
19 and 25. He said he was 25.
No, I'm talking about you. You were 19 with a 40-year-old.
Oh, yeah.
He's gonna be like, nah,
but-
he was 25. Nah, he was 25.
But it's
What?
different. It's different.
Is it
it's
though?
that's
a cougar
That
right there.
dynamic is different.
I know she was probably like.
She's out for you. She's not with
Yeah.
you.
she will not hunt, my guy.
She
It
was
is
on
a
the
thing though.
She was having
Like,
fun.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure
was
it's a
having
thing.
fun.
It's
You
like-
thought she was
I had
having
fun.
fun.
I had fun too. We went to New York. Like,
Oh.
That's cool.
Who
got
paid
to-
for that?
Took you?
She did.
Oh,
I wasn't paying
shit.
for it at 19. Are you kidding? I was still
Shit.
playing baseball.
Hey, I'm going. If I'm you, I'm going. I'm going to New York.
Well, hey, she was hot too.
I ain't
It
never
was
been.
Fun. It was fun. Yeah, that was fun.
In New York. I can't sing, sorry.
All kinds of dreams.
But
If I told you all the details, you guys,
I'd be okay.
yeah, it would be.
he's like, I'm about to open my range. Look at this.
But I change that shit back to 40.
Hey, a woman's prime is like 35 to 45, 50-ish. Yeah.
For what?
Her prime.
Her prime. What-
You know what I mean.
Her prime is crazy.
All right. Oh my gosh.
Am I wrong?
No,
Yeah.
he's not wrong. Yeah.
Dang,
He is not wrong. He is not wrong.
The dare
It's
fight
very
it?
true.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's a reason for it.
Yeah.
There's a
What are we
reason for
talking
it.
about?
I have no idea right now.
I'm kidding. I know what we're talking about.
Maybe we should end it on that.
Yeah, that's something. Yeah, that's
Before I make a fool of myself.
yeah.
More.
All right. Well, we're gonna end it up. Thank you guys so much for being on here, Brent.
I appreciate it.
Jeff.
Thank you guys.
Tracy.